Good afternoon, Tank Nation. We are coming to you live from East Bank here in West Virginia as the Tanks are getting ready to play the West Virginia Lightning. Both teams come in today at 0-1, and if you're tuning in here, also feel welcome to go on to Facebook and check out our live feed. We're going to be filming this game live for you to watch as well, but of course we know that many of you still, and understandably so, are big on our podcast with Nick and I here, and we will have that going as well.
Yep, we'd like to welcome all you listening to on speaker on the podcast, and we also like to welcome all you watching on Facebook. Hello, everyone.
Hey everyone, good to see you here. Let me tell you something. The past few minutes, we went live for a little pregame earlier, and now we're looking at it, and I mean the weather's gone from somewhat cloudy, and now it looks like there's going to be a crazy storm.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna give you guys a look at this.
Yeah, let's do it.
Where is it? There it is. Look at that cloud. Look how nasty that is, everybody.
Yeah, that is not good. And at least
you guys, and also the best part is about this, you guys will be also watching the game live through this. So you guys can watch the game, stay updated to us. Hell, if you guys want to hear a podcast, here you go. You got the two best guys right here, the all-star podcasters. Me and Tyler.
And this is going to be a big thing here, and I mean this is our first game ever streaming live, and we look forward to hopefully doing all of our games like this, and of course we're also continuing to bring you our podcast as well. Nick, this is going to be, I know you talked about in your keys to the game, one thing in particular earlier on the pregame with Job and going into our concern with pass protection. Let's talk about that again and rehash that, son.
Yeah, Joe last week didn't really have good protection last week. I mean, the line seemed like he was running for his life almost the entire game. But today, I hope Tim Aldridge, the offensive line coach, may have gotten a couple of the linemen together to talk it out, see what corrections they made. We also added a few new additions that we cannot name. But anyway, sorry, I'm going to call everybody. Anyway, but I think that the Tanks will actually be able to protect Joe. Like, if they protect Joe well enough today, we'll actually be able to get something going today. For sure. Because if not, we're going to have the same thing like last week. Joe's going to be running for his life. He's going to get racked up maybe a couple yards on the running, but we don't want him racking up yards on running. We want him to rack up passing yards. And it is raining pretty good now. Sorry to completely just took it off topic there.
No, that's going to be a big thing. The rain's going crazy, the wind's going crazy, and that's certainly going to have an impact on the kicking game here tonight.
Absolutely. I told you that was one of my keys to the game, weather. How will the ball hand... we had lightning.
Lightning, literally.
Literally. I don't think we're going to start on time today, so we may just do a pregame for the next hour and a half. Who knows?
A shout out to all of you just tuning in to the game, and I see we have 16 viewers right now, and we're very much looking forward to getting this started. And this is the first time that we have done a live stream of the game. And, of course, we're very appreciative to the Tanks program for this opportunity and for the ability to all of this equipment and everything we have to do both the podcast and to stream live. Much of it was provided by the program. And, I mean, they put a lot into this. And one thing today that we're going to need is a lot put in because it always takes a big effort to beat the Lightning on their home field. And, Nick, if you could flip the camera back to the field, rain's starting to pick up big here.
Absolutely. I mean, look at that. You may not be able to see it, but then again, you may. I don't know. I'm not really good at cameras. I think actually I'm pretty decent at cameras, but that's not the point. The point is that it's raining cats and dogs out here. And, yeah, we may not start on time due to lightning in the area, no pun intended. But, yeah, we may not start on, we may be doing a podcast for the next hour and a half just to do pregame. But, with that being said, we're ready for
Oh, wow. And there goes
somebody's tent. also, I should have mentioned the wind's picking up. I can't believe I caught that on camera.
Wow. Yeah, Nick, we might want to keep it out. Look at those clouds and the detail of them. That's.
I don't think we're going to start anytime soon. Yeah. You agree?
Yes, that's true. The lightning, no pun intended, the lightning is going to cause the delay. So that's going to delay the game some. So
absolutely. I mean, due to this, yeah. I mean, we may not. I mean, the kickoff is supposed to happen in the next probably 15 to 20 minutes. But if there's lightning in the area, we're not having a game for a little bit.
Yes, and Nick, that's well said. And this could certainly, I wonder how, because I know you have experience both playing and being involved in semi-pro. When this happens, I remember at Marshall, for instance, one time they played UCF when I was in school, and well, of course, our professor was nice enough to let us out to go to the game that night. But the problem is, the game was so rainy, it concluded at like 1 o'clock in the morning. So would something like this happen in semi-pro, or do they usually cancel?
Depends. I've been told there were a couple of games where it just rained cats and dogs. It's usually up to the official. That's usually how it goes, because whenever I've seen games where it's pouring down rain and they play all 4 quarters.
Oh wow! Okay.
But then there's also the time where it'll pour down rain and they'll quit at halftime. So it is completely up to the officials, but since this is such a big game, I would not be surprised if we waited out for a little bit.
Wow, and Nick, let's give some shout-outs here to our supporters while we're at it.
Yeah,
looking at especially Paige Smith, the 2016 Executive of the Year, just an all-around great worker, and I mean, real positive influence.
Not to mention
Tanks.
Yeah.
I mean, does a great job with what she does. And shout out to you, George Bishop, and Tim Aldridge Sr., two of our great fans.
If it wasn't for Paige and all them and everybody, I'll tell you what, me and Tyler wouldn't be doing this right now. I just want to say thank you to everybody who supports us, supports this team, and let's keep it rolling. Who else you gonna name off there?
Let's see, lost my footing there, or lost my control. Let's see. So there we go. Mark Ferguson, shout out to you, and to Brian and Carrie Biggs, and to Jonathan Hackworth. Hello to all of you, and thank you for tuning into the program. Wish we could have a little bit of a better day of weather so we could get the football action going, but we're certainly glad you're tuned in here, and we hope to hopefully very soon we will get this up and going to where we can actually watch the game and get that part going.
Yes, I agree. I mean, look, we're the lucky ones. We're in the press box, and we're not wet at all.
Yeah, and actually, someone else I want to give out a shout out to, Tracy over here, for doing the camera tonight, and certainly does very much appreciated. We also
she's camera shy, so we want to show her.
What we do is we have most semi-pro teams. I mean, it's hard to get people to volunteer to do things, and with the Tanks, we've been fortunate enough. I mean, we have people like Tracy doing the camera, but we don't just film. I mean, we're filming our game for the fans, but we also there's also programs that are used to help break down and analyze the film that the coaches specifically use, and that's the separate filming that we're having done here. So it's a very useful tool, and of course we have our stats crew as well. I mean, we've got a very good stats crew here that have years of experience, so it's all coming together, and hopefully tonight, I mean, this is a big rivalry game we have going here. We've got a lot of people that that really want to see this happen, so I certainly hope that we'll be able to get some good things going here and get a lot of action for our fans to see. And that wind, Nick, is just continuing to pick up.
I'm looking at that flag, that United States of America flag right over there, the old flag there, and it's blowing in whatever direction it seems to want to go in. Like it's going left, and it's going right, it's going north, it's going south. It looks like it just doesn't want to make up its mind. So it looks like it's going to be a win. The wind could go either way today.
Yes, and that could cause. I mean, who knows what that could cause? This is going to change. I mean, when you think about the philosophy of the teams, I mean, really, this is going to play right into. I mean, Jamie Rice. I know he likes to use Job a lot. He likes to air it out, but he's also a coach that, having played under Bob Lutz at Ironton, he's adapted to wanting to pound the ball and run the clock and wear the team down and hopefully get everything set up and going well. And of course, the Lightning are a team they love to pound on the defense and wear them down. They like to use Fabian Payne and get him to where he can power it up the middle. So it's going to be quite a matchup here today.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to be very, very interesting. I mean, because you can basically, this weather may have just killed a couple people's, maybe somebody's game plan for this game. Like somebody may have planned on, hey, we're just going to throw the ball the whole game. But now, since it's raining, that ball's going to be slick and whatnot. It's going to be quite difficult to see whether or not it works.
And that's a good point, Nick. And when you look at it, I think back to, I know I'm talking high school here, but back to 2002, I think, with Ashland. Ashland was 4-1. Underdogs coming in against Ironton, who was very good that year. Big underdogs. And Ashland's all fired and riled up. Then the electric goes out at 7:30. And, the electric goes out, and then Ashland, they're waiting, and another 30 to 45 minutes passes, so they kind of lose their fire. And then
the delay, it's kind of like the baseball term. Can a delay hurt your pitcher? Well, in this case, can a delay hurt your team's morale? Because the team's all set, they were all set, ready to go at 7 o'clock, 7:30, 7:15, they're ready to go.
Yes.
Lightning happens. And you delay that for 45 to an hour.
Yes, and that's
you just may have, and it gives your player time to relax and whatnot. But there's a term called two.
They have the time started. The ref.
Okay, you want to check over there?
I think we're about to get started.
All right, looks like the referee is signaling to get the time started, so that's a good sign. We'll get they're getting set up over here, so we'll get everything.
Yeah, I think we're about
ready to go.
Yeah, they just asked.
All right.
Get it going.
It's going to be a wet one, folks. I remember in 2015 with Ashland having we had a game against George Washington in Charleston, and they of course drove over, and the game didn't start. It started at 7:30. George Washington had a little drive, then it got stopped, and they waited. They played it at 10 though. It ended at 1 a.m. and I was ever glad it did.
I've been playing games like that where
26-25 was the final. So
there were many times. Me and Portsmouth High School, we went over to I think it was Warren at the time, and we were playing them, and we went to overtime. No, it wasn't overtime. It was fourth quarter, but it was tied, and it was a very close game. But the lightning started happening around like 10:30. But it just kept on going. The referees considered to call it, but the game was too close. They didn't want to end the time, so we didn't get out of there until about 1:15, 1:45.
And Nick, while we're at it, let's take the opportunity to thank some of our sponsors here before we get started. Okay, let's see here. Weaver's Gas and Oil. Roger W. Davis Funeral Home, Shortcuts Hair Salon, AJ's Auto Sales, Rusty's Auto Sales. Nick, you want to take?
Yeah, I'll take over. We got Ohio Builders, Surplus. We also want to thank We also want to thank the supplies and, we also want to thank the Ohio Builders for providing the decks for the tailgaters. Yeah, we know those tailgaters are probably listening to this game, or they may even be here. Who knows?
They're dedicated.
Yeah, they are dedicated. Heck, they may have just came up out of the river like they are tailgaters after all. Anyway, we'd like to thank the Briar Patch, SOS Southern Ohio Services, Mexitali, Sue's I'm sorry, I can't pronounce anything. I didn't finish school. I'm joking, I did. But anyway, hey, stay in school, kids. Anyway, Yellow Jackets Graphics, BB and E Ink, and then Busmac Equipment. And my personal favorite, I wouldn't say my favorite sponsor, but my personal favorite place to eat, River.
Yeah.
Scioto River.
All right.
Possibly best ribs in the state.
Well said. And there's also a couple more I'm going to give a shout out to. Boland's Mini Mart, Quality Heating and Air, Masterworks Jewelry, and Rat Farm Supply. And, I mean, we very much, I can't begin to put into words how much, because I mean it's our sponsors that were really able to help us get started and help everything get. I mean these people have been here since, when you think about Nick, I mean when our program started, I mean we had hardly any, we had a very old stadium and an old locker room to work with and a lot of stuff that really needed repair, and our sponsors really, I mean that community loves to help.
Yeah, I mean, what do you expect? It's a football county, as I say. You ask them, hey, you tell the West Siders, as we call them, the West Siders, they would, you say, hey, we're going to bring football into this area. They'd be like, all right, what do you want us to do? Because they just love their football.
Yeah. And we're still looking. It looks like some electrical problems due to the weather that's hit. We're going to continue to, to keep everything's on delay right now, but we're going to continue running our mouths for you.
Yeah, until one of you tells us to shut up, and then I'll just say, all right then. Now I'll probably still talk though. But anyway, I see a couple players out there stretching, but like trying to stay loose and whatnot, and while the rain continues to pour.
Yeah, it's
gonna be a wet one today for sure.
Yeah,
let's hope nobody drowns out there.
Yeah, it's a big mud pile. The referees are getting together, and looks like they're really trying to get this show started. So, they know it. They know how badly these guys want to play.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, these two teams aren't really the best of friends. As I said in the pregame earlier today, they're not really the best of friends, but they really want to get this game going. Plus, they're both craving for that first win.
Yes, especially when you see these two programs, these are not programs that are used to being 0-1.
Absolutely. Especially with the Tanks coming off their heartbreaking loss in overtime to the Columbus Gladiators last week, and West Virginia Lightning coming off a throttle of a beating, as I would call it, by the Crusaders. So I think we're about to get started. I think we're about to do the national anthem here in the next couple minutes.
All right, and let's give some more shout-outs here. Jonathan Hackworth, thank you for commenting. Sharika, thank you, and we are big fans of Johnny Rollins as well. Absolutely great player, great guy. Melinda Horsley, thank you for commenting. And yes, go Gabe. He is absolutely a great player and a very polite person as well, I'll say. He's been, you get players like Gabe that really, they just help bring up the locker room mentality.
Absolutely. You got guys out there that just like for example, Charles Johnson, but he's currently pursuing his professional career up in Detroit. He was the life of the party, as we call him. Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please stand to your feet. And
here we go. I guess we're
West Virginia Lightning.
We are getting ready to do the national anthem here.
Yeah.
So, right now, here comes the West Virginia Lightning storming the field. I will for those of you watching on Facebook Live, I will do my best to fix the camera in order for you guys to watch.
Yes, it is. I'm telling you, Nick, it is wild here tonight. I mean, just when you look at the rain and everything, and just how that's going to have an impact on tonight. I mean, we really will need to have a good, be able to take. I think our keys to the game just kind of changed to take care of the ball.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that keys to the game just instantly changed from 4 keys to possibly 2.
Hey, here come the Lightning. Of course, proudly sporting the red, white, and blue flag. And they certainly look to have a good turnout for their team. And yeah, so Nick, talk about that, the importance in a game like this, the importance of holding on to the ball.
The importance of holding on to the ball, well, obviously turnovers are a huge thing in this game, especially when you got 2 teams like this, 2 very competitive teams that don't really like each other very well. But one turnover, you can be holding on to the ball for 1 minute and you can lose it the next. But the thing is, that could cost you this game. And sure enough, it can. For example, last week, the Tanks, they had a great opportunity to win that game last week. And they were able to capitalize on it. But with that being said, turnovers are going to be a crucial thing in this game. I would not be surprised if I see about 4 or 5 turnovers in this game due to this weather. But with that being said, I do believe that we're going to see a lot of running game in this game.
Yes.
Due to the weather.
And the 2 teams are coming to midfield to do the coin toss. Looks like for captains, I can see Justin Staggs. Looks like that's Big Dion McKinley, number 7. Looks like number 2, Duke Edwards. And it's hard to get a good view because they've got the Lightning players kind of locked in. So, but we'll let you know what's going to be, who will be receiving, who will be kicking. But we thank you for tuning in. This is we're very excited to bring this to you here live, and I can't say, personally enough just how much we appreciate already all the comments and everything, and just knowing our team draws such strong support from the community. And especially right now during a delay, we could be well into the first quarter.
Yeah, we could already be halfway through the first quarter, like you just said.
Yeah.
But right now, due to the delay, it looks like the Tanks will take the ball. Take the ball first. So it looks like Tanks will start off on offense, and the Lightning will start off on defense. So second half will be Lightning ball. But right now, we're about to start the first half.
All right, we need to get last week or. Last week our game started off, we went 3 and out to start against the Gladiators. Of course, they got the ball and scored first possession. So it's going to be we're going to need a good strong showing here early on, and we're going to have to be patient. We're definitely going to have to be patient with this. So and hopefully scoreboard's on. Still showing the
scoreboard is now on. Hallelujah! There you go.
Still showing
there's some fire for you guys on the semi-pro page. Right there. Still says 45-0 Wolf visiting team.
Yeah.
Ouch.
They must have done what we did when the Glads game ended, just shut that off immediately.
Yeah. Oh, I know Billy Cole's watching, so there's some fuel for you.
All right, we're almost underway here. Lightning getting ready to kick off. And we're going to do the national anthem.
Tonight's national anthem is played by Brett Ash.
everybody, if you're all listening to that, I'm going to have to say that was pretty cool.
Tonight's game is between the West Virginia Lightning.
That was pretty cool.
Excellent work. It's always a great experience coming here and to East Bank, and that was a really, really good national anthem and a great way to start a great game here. And the ball's kicked off, pooched over the middle, and it's covered. That is Isaiah Lyseth, and he's run back. He's tackled about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, he looks like he didn't really have much room there, but he made something out of nothing and able to get something.
Okay, and here comes the Tanks. We'll see what will come out in.
Like I said, the keys to the game today would be how well the offensive line will be able to protect Job Swords.
Yes, that's going to be a big, a big.
I can't zoom in. Where's the rating?
It's going to be a big game here, and Tanks coming out in shotgun, 2 wideouts each side, back lined up to the left of Job Swords. Making the call at the line, and the ball snap, handed off.
Just like we said earlier, there's the handoff.
And now 4 or 5 yards there. That's the type of game we're going to have to play tonight. We're going to have to be patient and move the ball. Actually, it's going to be about 3.
Wow. We want to thank everybody who's tuning in on Facebook Live here on all 23 of you. Oh, 26. Man, we're going up in the world. Hey, we're moving up in the world. Yeah.
That's building up, and here we go again. We're lining up. Shotgun, 2 wideouts to each side. Duke Edwards lined up with Job Swords. And the ball snapped. Job drops back. He's back. Caught. Dylan Coons with the catch. And gets a few extra yards there after the catch. Well, last year, Nick, it took about till late in the first quarter before we were able to get a first down, and now we've already started off with a first down. So
yeah, on the first drive of the game, this is a tone setter for most game, for actually any game.
Yes, and Job had a little bit of time to go there, and of course this new offensive lineman we have, number 59, David Asidu. He's from Kentucky Christian University. And the Tanks sticking with that shotgun. That's what Jamie Rice likes to do. He likes to spread them out and then hitch up the middle. And that's Markel Kane into the game. He's running. He's got a little bit, and he gains probably 5 yards. Markel, who had the team's first touchdown of the season last week, a 38-yard run against the Columbus Gladiators for a score to tie the game at 6.
And oh my goodness, I'm starting to see sunshine.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope as long as there's no pun intended, no lightning, nothing that's going to slow the game down or delay the game. And ball snap, screen, just thrown over the head.
That is an incomplete pass because the ball, obviously, he was throwing forward of him. So, with that being said, it's going to be 3rd and about 5 or 6 on the play for the Tanks here as they continue on their first drive of the game.
And this is going to be an interesting down for the Tanks. We'll see what's called. Of course, Joe making the call at the line. Markel Kane in the game at running back. And ball snap, Job Swords. He's looking, pass thrown, and incomplete.
That's incomplete. Now here's the real question. What do you do for Coach Rice? Do you go for it, or do you just punt it away?
I'd say definitely go for it. We're on their 40. We've gotten a little bit of ball movement, and I think that I just given the risk in the kicking game tonight with the wind and everything here, probably better. A little rainbow kicking up out there.
Yeah, I see that. Hey, it's even on the camera. That's awesome.
And we're going for it. And we're in shotgun again. Ball's Markel Kane. He's got. Oh wow! Breaks the tackle. We got flagged down.
That was a good run by Markel Kane, but there is a flag on the play.
Honestly, we had 8 guys lined up on the line of scrimmage that time. I noticed both receivers on the right side were on the line. So we'll see what this is.
And the call is
No flag.
They're going to wait.
So this is going to be a first down for the Tanks. And Nick, it feels good that we're getting them running because 2 of the 3 games last year against the Lightning, we really struggled to run the ball.
Absolutely. I mean, now it's finally able to kick in.
And here comes Big Duke Edwards into the game at running back. Lightning, Jobe's going to drop back.
He sees a man wide open. He's going to throw deep.
And caught! Touchdown, Tanks! But we got a flag. And that's going to be holding on the offense.
Sorry about that, Facebook. I mean,
and shout out to Steve Lee and also one of my good friends, Chris Newsom. We went to high school with the legendary, of course, the Josh Jones, and
holding on the offense. It's coming back.
That's coming back. So, well.
Shut that window.
And all right, well, this is going to be coming back. The good news is it should be, if there is good from it, it'll be first down again. And
there we go. I think we got a better look now, even though there's a little in between the window thing here. But I think we're going to be good here. Yeah, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm actually working on the camera as well for Facebook. I might not be the best camera guy, but it's the best I can do.
And the Tanks are winding back up. And
we got a stoppage on the play. They're trying to figure something out.
And what's
the official? One of the Lightning players is trying to figure out why the ball is not. Oh, okay. All right, here we go.
So this is going to be 1st and 20 for the Tanks instead of a touchdown. And see Duke Edwards. And we got a ball fumbled. Oh. Not good. Looks like Job Swords did recover that.
Yep. The Lightning said they had it, but they do not. So it's going to be
second and should be about 25.
Yeah, second and East Bank. Oh wait, we are in East Bank. Never mind. That's going to be second in Portsmouth. So.
All right. So that's going to be way back there. All right. Shotgun. 2 wideouts each side. Duke Edwards to the left of Job Swords. And falls fake. Screen's caught. That's Jermaine Payton. And he probably gets 6 or 7 yards there.
Another good play by Jermaine Payton and Job on that quick little wide receiver screen right there. And he managed to take it about 6 or 7 yards on that.
Payton, who had 3 receptions for 21 yards and a touchdown last week against the Columbus Gladiators, and who can forget his memorable effort in the 32-18 win at home over the Lightning last year. And we're lined up. Yep. Tanks getting big 3rd down here, and they got a long ways to go. It's 3rd, and it's back to about 20.
And I think the Lightning, they're going to have a...
And Lightning are going to take a timeout.
Timeout Lightning on the play. I
guess their first of the half.
Their substitution, they couldn't get anything going there, so they had to call timeout on that.
So, Nick, we were last year we were the most penalized team in the league last year with almost 89 yards a game. And right now, we've hurt ourselves here tonight with that. With that whole penalty.
It should possibly be 7-0 right now.
But
that's
penalties.
Yeah,
we just let.
That's what killed us. That's what killed us last week. Was the penalties. We gave the Gladiators too much, and they ended up capitalizing on it. And now let's hope that we don't have that same happen here tonight.
Yeah, we
so far it's not looking good.
Yeah, it's a big game on the road. You're looking at somebody. You're looking at a team that's very, that's very focused. The Lightning play. They take pride in winning at East Bank, and they put a lot into it. And they do not go down. They don't go down easy, period. But they certainly don't go down easy here. And we knew coming in. We're definitely in for a fight tonight, and you can really see that with how well they're coming in. All right, Lightning coming in. They're probably going to do. Typically, they like to do the 3-man fronts on long situations.
Yeah.
So. Because that was a problem last year. They were doing 3-man fronts, and we were still having a hard time running on them. All right, and now it's 3rd and 20. We'll see what we do here. And Markel Kane's in the game at running back. Job rolling out. Throws it, and it's caught. But not enough for the first down. And that is Victor Graham who caught it, but at least makes it into a 4th and 11, at least somewhat, of a more manageable situation.
Yeah.
And we're lining right back up. Shotgun, 2 wideouts to each side. Markel Kane in at running back. There's Forrest Johnson, Victor Graham, Peyton, and looks like Dylan Coons in at receiver.
Joe's going to
Sword drops back. He launches it and caught.
Man, wide open.
Forrest Johnson.
And he's still going. He's trying to take
it around the edge. That's going to be short of the first down. He had it and got too caught up trying to juke the defenders and ended up now. That's going to be a that's going to be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Tanks showed promise on that drive, but they come up short.
And now the Lightning are going to take over on about their own 22, 23-yard line.
Yeah, pretty close.
And our 23 viewers, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, sorry about the camera angle, everybody. I mean, I'm kind of in a blind spot, kind of. Other than that, we're still doing pretty well here.
0-0 here with 9:27 to go in the first quarter. Lightning take over. They're coming out. They're going power eye.
Power eye. Wow, that's a.
So they're going to do as expected what they did last year and try to run it down the Tanks. And man in motion, and
he takes it outside.
The outside, and
he got swarmed
by
a couple of Tank players there. Looks like Johnny Rollins was right there to go get him.
That looks like 28. That's Rodney Stanley. So that's going to be second at about, they're going to mark it. He gets about 4 yards there. So that'll be second at about 6.
Yeah, it's going to be about second and down and about, you're right, about 6 on that. On that nice little sweep play.
And coming out again.
Oh, look at that big guy. He's right there. They're going to go right up that gut.
And tossed
in. He's going to be met in the backfield.
Met in the backfield. Chad Hudnall had him, and then he was met by a swarm of Tanks. So now that's going to make it a 3rd and about 8 for the Lightning.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd. Yeah, 3rd and about 8 on that. Due to the loss.
And we'll see how this is. Last season we had the best secondary in the BCFL, but of course I know this year we have Chance Freeman back, although he's the only one that's returning from it, the All-American corner. But we'll see what happens. And the Lightning are running quads left side, and they throw the screen out there, and
Chance
he's met.
Freeman is right there to fight him off.
Great read.
To keep him from getting the first down. Man, he had like 3 blockers right there for him, and Chance Freeman still was able to get off and stop him from getting that first down.
And that was a good way to line up here with 8:01 in the first quarter, score 0-0, and that was a good way to line up there or a bad way. We looked confused and lost in how we lined up. Thankfully,
Franklin was right there with the heads-up play.
And now they're coming out and punt. So here was 7:52, 7:51 in the first quarter at 0-0, and
they still lining up for the punt.
Chad Hudnall rushes it, and it's a short kick.
It's a short one.
Get out of the way, guys. And the Tanks are going to have it on about the 43-yard line. So both teams here, Tanks started out with the ball, drove down, but a holding penalty stopped a touchdown, and then the Tanks went 4 and out, and then the Lightning get it 3 and out and punted. So
and now the rain is coming back. The rain is coming back down now. So now I would not be surprised if Joe just starts handing it off more.
7:34 to go here in the first quarter of game 0-0, and the shout out to Lola. Nick, your mom just posted. Hi, Lola.
Hi, Mom. Gotta be professional, though. Professional.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
And
right. Yeah, the camera angle is kind of odd. I'm trying to fix it.
Yeah, this is our first time, actually. This is our first, so we're getting used to the Facebook Live features and everything. But
absolutely.
We're looking to get this show going, and right now, well, we're getting everybody on offense. 7:34 to go in the first quarter here, 0-0. Tanks will have it 1st and 10, actually on their own 44. So we're looking to get this fixed, and shout out to Don Pritchard, Roll Tanks. It's going to be, hopefully we can get some better movement going on this drive, and there's something holding play up.
I don't know. Well, they're trying. Okay, I guess we're going to take a penalty. I don't know what that was for, but all right then.
And Tanks, okay, so, well, it's going to be, I'm guessing, holding. It's going to be 1st and 10 on, well, I don't know. That's going to be 1st and 10 on our own 32-yard line.
Yeah.
And going shotgun, Duke Edwards into the running back, and he can go Big Duke.
Ooh.
He gets about 2 to 3.
Yeah, Duke Edwards is one of those players that he will fight for every yard. Even if it's 1 or 2, he will fight for it.
He is hard to tackle. And all right, Tanks. And that's what Jamie Rice likes to do. He loves to send the big guy up the middle and let him go to work here with 7:08 to go in the first quarter. Score 0-0. And as we're coming to you live from East Bank. And ball snap, Job Swords. He's looking. All right, good protection.
Oh, he's going to make it wide open.
He's got Coons. It's caught!
And it's caught
And,
by...
flag down after the play.
Oh, we do have a flag, though, unfortunately.
Wow. Here we go again. That's 80. That'll be about 80 receiving yards now that's called back in penalties.
He's asking the official why. I think he had him on his underneath his shoulder pad, his little chest plate on his shoulder pads, but I guess they're going to call it. Oh, an eligible player downfield. All right, then, never mind.
Huh.
I guess he blocked him too far.
Wow. And we're at 6:41 to go here in the first quarter. Score 0-0, and the Tanks have probably. I mean, that's going to be what?
They continue to shoot themselves in the foot.
That's going to be about 30 yards of penalties now. And Lightning having some communication problems, looks like. Tanks lining up here. Markel Kane into the game running back.
I think the Tanks see something. They're moving awfully quick.
And the ball snaps. Swords hands it off to Kane. He's got some room up the middle. Cuts back. He's got room.
Man slipped.
And he's still blocks. Look at the guys getting downfield to block for him. Markel Kane. 40 yards on the play. Wow.
That man is a speedster.
Markel Kane, who played with the Stealth last season, has come here, and him and Duke Edwards are making an excellent combination in the backfield.
2 Stealth players coming to the Tanks, and man, what kind of impact have they had?
Wow, that's just incredible. And the Tanks are lining right back up.
Oh,
Big Duke in the game. And they're dropping back to pass. Swords looks. Laundry down. Dylan Coons with the catch.
Be too many men on the field for the Lightning. Because I saw a man coming off the field just as he was throwing the flag.
And Dylan Coons, what would be his 3rd catch of the night. Coons, who had a first down catch earlier and now is and had a 40-yard catch that was wiped out because of penalty.
Yeah, he was running off the field as the play was going on, so I'm guessing that was too many men on the field.
And we're waiting to see what it is.
The call is? I think they're trying to figure out where to spot the ball. I think they're going to decline it.
And penalties on the Lightning, it's declined, so Tanks will move forward. And 1st and 10 at they're going to mark that about the 20. Big Duke back into the game at running back. And
hand it off.
Edwards up the middle.
Oh, and he dropped the ball.
Edwards, who had a fumble last week as well.
I told you it's gonna be a slippery one today due to the fact that the weather.
It can change a lot of things, and that's Big Jack
That could've
Brewer
been
for the
very
Lightning
crucial.
limping off. Hope he's okay.
That could have been very, very crucial for the Tanks or Lightning.
Yeah.
Well, they're getting the call. They're getting ready to go again. Man, the Tanks are moving fairly quick today.
Yeah, they're really on the ball. Different team from last week that had trouble moving. Joe rolling out.
Into the end zone.
End zone.
And it's incomplete.
So that's going to make it 3rd and 10 now. 3rd and about 10 for the Tanks. And Nick, this is going to be a big 3rd down. I mean, we had, last week we had 3 times we were down the red zone and missed out and came up with 0 points.
True, very true. Like the game last week could have gotten a whole lot worse.
And into the game comes number 9, Darian Robinson, the speedster, coming in at receiver.
You see him at the bottom of your screen there.
Markel Kane's in at running back. And the Lightning are stacking the line on the right. Fakes to Kane. And caught by Darian. He's running, and
he's going to get a couple yards on that. See if we can move this camera over just a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for that.
Coming awful close to the first down line. That's going to be a 4th and 1.
It's going to be 4th and 1. He's going to be just short. Now, I would not be surprised if they hand it off here. The way the running game's been playing, I would not be surprised if they hand it off.
And that's Kane in the game at running back. And Lightning showing in the line. That's exactly what they do. And Kane,
he's got it.
He slides through and gets that first down.
Yep, he's got it. First down. Good run by Michael Kane on that play. He was able to get that, get a little move on and get that first.
And looks like
there's still some miscommunication with the Lightning substitution.
And Tanks are lining back up. It's going to be 1st and goal now on about the 6.
Yeah, let's see what happens. He's going to drop back. He's looking to the back of the end zone. He's going to throw it way over his player's head. That ball was intended to Jerome Smith.
And with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, it's 0-0.
With the Tanks in the red zone.
And it's going to be 2nd and goal on the 6th. So this is going to be, actually looks like it's more spotted about the 7, but here we go. Same shotgun formation. Now Big Duke's in the game at running back.
He's going to drop back. He's still looking.
Out.
He's going to throw it. He's got it. And it comes in and out of his hands. That ball was intended to Darian Robinson.
Yeah, Darian is a dangerous target when he's in the game. He's got a lot of, they like to reserve him for defense, but given his speed, it's hard not to want to use him on offense every now and then.
He was a heck of a player at Portsmouth High School.
Known for his running ability. Despite injury, it's quite amazing, his story, when you consider, his running ability wasn't really hampered by those 2 injuries he had. And the Lightning are taking a timeout here. They're 2nd of the half. Here with 1:52 to go in the first quarter at 0-0. So, Nick, how would you sum the game up so far?
So far, you can't really say much, but the Tanks seem to be moving the ball fairly easy. It's just there are a couple of the penalties and the misplays, like the fumbles. But that's the weather keeping in. But the penalties is not the weather's fault. That is our own. We need to start cracking down on those.
Yes.
That's what's really hurting us the most.
Yes, that's well said. And I mean,
and the Lightning, it seems like the Tanks seem to be ready for what the Lightning are throwing at them. But then again, it's still way too early to be assuming anything.
Yes, and we really need to get some things going here for us. This is going to be a big third down here. We need something put together here. We moved the ball very well. I mean, we have held the ball except for a 3-and-out by the Lightning almost the entire quarter so far, and we need something to show for that. Here's 1:52 to go in the first. Score 0-0. Tank shotgun. Duke Edwards in the backfield with Job Swords.
He's just going to throw it to Duke
Edwards.
He's just going to jog into the end zone.
Duke Edwards, who also was a receiver for the Stealth last year, catches a touchdown, and the Tanks draw first blood here with 1:45 to go in the first quarter.
Yep, Tanks
6-0 Tanks. And the Tanks are coming out, and
that was a nice little
extra point.
That was a nice little halfback screen. Sorry to cut you off, Tyler.
Oh, you're good.
But that was a nice little halfback screen to Duke Edwards, and he had a blocker right there for him. Oh, excuse me. And he was able to walk into the end zone.
Yeah, that's 6-0 right now, and the Tanks, it looks like they're going to go for one. So
they're going to kick the PAT.
Go for the PAT. Here with 1:45 to go in the first quarter.
Yep, here comes Zach Christensen. Like they said, he is an all-pro.
Christensen lining up. Duke Edwards holding. And ball is snapped. Kick is up, and it's blocked. And is that Duke? He gets. Oh, wow. That guy is a load to tackle.
Yeah, but Zach Christensen, he is a not happy camper. He lost his footing there and was not able to get a good kickoff on it.
Mm-hmm. Same thing happened last week, Nick, as well, when you think about first score we got, Markel Kane for that big run, and then we kick it, and same result.
The difference is, though, the difference between that was because the penetration, the Gladiators were able to get good penetration. That one was the ground was wet, he couldn't get his proper footing, couldn't plant his foot, and he just slipped, and his leg just took it wherever. But don't worry. Like we said in pregame, we said kicking game was going to be a problem. Maybe a problem due to the weather. But I think we'll be all right. So for right now, with 1:45 to go in the first quarter, your score: the West Virginia Lightning 0, the West Portsmouth Tanks 6.
And Nick, I'm not. Gosh, normally I'm like, yeah, when we score, but I look at it now. Last year, I mean, when
it's kind of taking it out of us.
Last year, if a team got to the 40 or 30 or 40 on kickoff, we're like, oh my gosh. And now, I mean, it's like, last week we had 2 kickoffs. One that was the opening kickoff was run back by the Gladiators for about 80 yards. They had that heartbreaker late in the game when we weren't in our lanes. The guy pitched it back, and the Glads ran it all the way in for. Nick, I hope our special teams come to play here.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Where's the charger? Ready, back up!
All right, we're kicking off. Zach Christensen, he boots it. It goes to about the 10, and that is Jared Ripley who's returning it. And Ripley, he gets the corner. Ball squirts out! And it's, wow. Not good. Oh, squirted right into the hands of the Lightning. Can't quite see the player's jerseys folded up, but that is 15 Brandon Elswick with a good almost caught it and ran it back. And once again, our kickoff
special teams.
Oh gosh. And that's going to put the Lightning in good position here with 1:45 in the first quarter as the Tanks are leading 6-0.
I can get it at halftime.
You got it.
I got 22%.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. And the Lightning coming out, they're going that quads formation again at receiver. Quads left, very unusual formation. And ball is snapped. And he's looking, got Ripley open over the middle, but he underthrows him.
Yep, underthrows him. Was it underthrown or overthrown? Wasn't really paying attention.
Looked like it was more actually off throw more so than under. But
sorry for those who can't see. The window right here is kind of dark. But I think we can see what we can do here. All right.
Yeah, we're still learning this. We're learning the the features here. And 58 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Tanks lead 6-0, but a big return by the Lightning puts them in good position on 2nd and 10. And they're deep in the Tanks territory. And Lightning come out. They're sticking with that same quads formation. That is my man in motion. And ball's handed off.
But he's going to be
met by Dion McKinley and a host of Tanks.
I just want to check. Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. We're having sort of technical difficulties here.
But all right, and we're out in first quarter is going to conclude, and it's 6-0. Takes lead.
No, that's not going to work. Okay. All right. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, we're at the end of the first quarter here. The Tanks are trailing 6-0, and just to give you an idea of what's going down, the Tanks started with the ball. Dylan Coombs got about a 20-yard reception on an out to make it 1st and 10. The Tanks drove. A good run by Markel Kane and Duke Edwards got them down to the 30. A touchdown pass was complete deep to Jermaine Payton. The call back for holding to make it 1st and 20. The Tanks had the ball, and Joe Swords fumbled the snap, made it second about 25. Tanks went 4 and out from there. Lightning went 3 and out. Tanks got the ball back. A good drive concluded by a 7-yard screen pass to Duke Edwards, made it 6-0. The extra point was blocked. The Lightning got the kickoff return. Jared Ripley nearly ran the thing back, fumbled the ball. The Lightning recovered and almost ran it all the way, but luckily was stopped. Made it 1st and 10 on the Tanks 24 though, and then started an incomplete pass, which would have been a touchdown. We got lucky there, and then a toss to Fred Crozier, number 16, actually reverse to Fred Crozier was stopped, and that's where we're at right now. The Lightning have it 3rd and long, deep in Tanks territory, but as we get ready to start the second quarter here, and still on this thing. Here we go. Second, and drops back, and he's sacked. Wow. Good defense there, and that is Duke Edwards, Ben Keaton. They are all over the place there. And that's going to be 4th and very long for the Lightning here as they get ready to. Looks like they might be punting. Here with 14:39 to go in the second quarter. Tanks leading 6-0. 4th and about 20 for the Lightning there in Tanks territory after a stop after the Lightning got a huge return off. And the Lightning are lining up to punt here.
I'll get you guys something to eat in a few minutes. You go check on this one. I think it's a leg injury. I haven't got down to the field yet.
And
He's probably in his 20s.
Lightning
They're adult players.
See, they're getting ready. So we go now. They're lining up.
It's adult football.
And no, it's a fake. And the pass is incomplete. So the Tanks avoid a scare as the Lightning's huge kickoff return is stopped. But they didn't get the pass on. Yeah. All right, and the Tanks are going to come back in and take over here. 1st and 10. And they're 1st and 10, about on the 30, close to the 35-yard line there. And I was handed off. Markel Kane with a little bit of room gets about 7 yards there. Okay, here we go. It's going to be 2nd down. 2nd down. Let's see. 2nd about 5, 4 or 5 there. Lightning are lining up. Our Tanks lining up there in shotgun, and Nick is back.
Yeah, sorry. Got to get my exercise in today.
Second with Kane in the backfield again. And ball snaps. Swords drops back. It's a pass. He's under pressure. And ball's thrown. Caught by Markel Kane.
Oh, that
Kane will not go down. He might not have a lot of size, but he sure has a lot of heart there, and really helps gets the 1st down for the Tanks.
crap. Where are you plugging in at? Oh no, it's the wrong one. It's the wrong one. And the other one's my car charger. Ladies and gentlemen, if the live feed suddenly dies, we apologize for that. Because I don't have my charger. Whoop.
Well, we'll get it going I'll see what we can do. I'll have my camera ready to go here in case that comes to fruition. And 12:36 to go in the second quarter, 6-0. Swords drops back. He's got a lot of time. He throws it deep. He's got a man. Caught! Touchdown, Saints! Wow! What a catch!
What a throw!
And that looks like Forrest Johnson.
Wow, what a throw! Oh, this is cycling to make me lose my breath. Oh wait, I just walked up a bunch of stairs. Never mind.
Yeah, we're still getting adapted to this Facebook Live feature. If you're tuning in, our podcast is not working right now, so we're just going to...
it's not working?
Yeah, we're just going to go with...
the Facebook Live. All right.
Yeah.
Man, you see what happens when I walk away for 5 minutes. 5 minutes and Tyler's already breaking stuff.
And we're going to go for 2 this time. Speaking of breaking stuff, hopefully we can break through this defense here.
Absolutely. Oh, he's going to run out.
It's pitched to Edwards. He's met by a gang of lightning. And that's going to go good. So it's going to be 12-0 here with 12:25 to go in the second quarter.
Man, you know what? Upstairs, they don't have windows. Unless you want us to go upstairs and do it?
We can try after halftime.
Okay.
All right, 12:25 to go, second quarter, 12-0 lead for the Tanks.
As they prepare for kickoff, what'd I miss?
Markel Kane had a nice run, and then he had a nice catch as well. We're looking to, and then that helped set up that deep pass from Job Swords to Forrest Johnson. And Job Swords now, unlike last week when he started off with 2 interceptions, now has 2 touchdowns to start off.
Oh yeah, it's like he flipped the script on somebody.
And wow, this is So, well, now we're going to go line up to kick off again, and hopefully our
special teams
come through this time. Zach Christensen puts the ball on the tee there.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, this little thing right here. You guys can probably see it right there.
Yeah,
get our way. Go away.
We're still working on. We're still working to get this thing.
Yeah, but don't worry. We'll get it set up perfectly by the season's end.
Oh, and an onside.
Oh no, he's good.
Up by. Wow, good tackle there.
Ooh.
And that is Alex Williams who fields the onside kick for the Lightning.
Yeah, I thought he was going to walk off with that.
And the Lightning will have it. Well, I guess if you can't if you can't stop them on return, that's one way you can.
Absolutely. Make sure the defenders are like right there.
So they're going to have it 1st and 10 on their own 40-yard line. Here with 12:22 to go in the second quarter, Tanks leading 12-0. Jamie Rice and Brian Roten have never won here, so it's definitely a big game.
Yeah, this is actually something I've never seen before. We're actually up on a team here.
Yeah, we were last year. It was 20-0 right off the bat, and Lightning going power I, strong left. That is Zach Clotston at quarterback, and the Tanks show blitz, and the ball looks like a busted play.
Oh, good! Oh my goodness!
Met by a swarm of Tanks.
Yeah, he took it.
Freeman and a swarm.
He took a hit, sure too. He paid for that.
And shout out to Dale White. I see watching. Dale is a great coach at Ashland. Came here and supported the Tanks last year. Definitely someone proud to call a friend. Shout out to him. Shout out to Andy Goebel as well. The great work they did with MyTown TV last year when they came here and filmed our championship game. And the Lightning are coming out. They're going shotgun again. Looks like they're doing that odd formations.
Uh-oh. Another timeout. Man, that's
the last one for the Lightning this hat. And the Tanks leading 12-0 here with 11:28 to go.
Oh, and Brian was sprinting to his defense to congratulate him on that defensive stand.
Yes, he is so far a happy coach.
He is a happy camper.
And it's going to be a tough, I hope we continue to come out with this kind of intensity because the Lightning, they've got something up their sleeve, I'm sure. And here with 11:28 to go in the second quarters, we're leading 12-0. I know that they're certainly going to try to come out and really make something big of this. So we'll really need to come to play.
Yes, I agree 100%.
And the Lightning are coming out back out on offense, down 12-0 to the Tanks. They'll be second and about 12 or 13 on their own 42-yard line here. And they're going shotgun quads left.
Watch Dion. Dion looks like he's coming.
And the Tanks are sending the heat.
Oh, here he comes.
And low snap.
There they go. And there goes he slipped out of his hands. He managed to get to the line of scrimmage.
And that quick, Brian Roten is very unhappy because the defense, they had him locked up in the backfield. And
yeah, he turned just like that. He was like happy, and then like that, he's like, why didn't you tackle him?
Yeah, and that was on the tackle. That was Chris Winters, and it looked like Deion McKinley and had him. And okay, so it's second, and it's going to be third and about 11 for the Lightning here with 10:51 to go in the second quarter. Tanks leading 12-0. Lightning are taking their time in the huddle here, getting ready to.
They're in no hurry.
Which one of their goals, I guess, is to kind of slow the game down.
So now it's going to be third and 11.
And they're going shotgun quads left again. That's a very unusual formation. Pressure up the middle, snap low, and
he's trying to
under pressure. Got a guy wide open, and
and it comes out.
Ooh, pass is incomplete. Very lucky. We had him.
Yeah,
he had us burnt, and
he managed to get a little ball tip on it. Woo!
Well, we lucked out a little bit.
Yeah,
there.
he managed to tip the ball, and he tipped it just as it was hitting the player right in his hands, but it just popped right out. Very fortunate that the Tanks were able to keep that from happening. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm really working hard on this camera. Oh, man, I'm missing everything.
And it's 10:20 to go here in the second quarter. Tanks leading 12-0, and the Lightning are getting ready to punt.
Punt.
Yeah,
Like Dr. Evil punt.
Yeah, last time they faked it. So, given the way and it's a low kick. Ball rolls back, gets a lightning bounce to about the close
lightning roll
to the 20-yard line.
All right. So the Tanks will set up shop right around the 20. It looks like 20-yard, 25, 20-yard line. Yeah, 20-yard line.
So that's going to be that'll be 1st and 10 for the Tanks here. 10:10 to go in the second quarter, leading 12-0. And the Tanks come out again. Looks like they're gonna stick with shotgun. They love that. They love sticking with that shotgun formation. And Markel Kane's in the game at running back.
Oh, you hate to see that. Yeah, we'll get to that in a
And
second.
Lightning come out 5-man front this time. Ball's handed off. Kane up the middle. Almost lose a defender, but then met at the line. Met by gain of line. He gets a couple actually there. 2nd and 8.
Yeah, unfortunately, a Lightning player is being carted off off the sideline, and that is something that you really don't want to see.
Yeah, that's
so unfortunate.
That looked like big number 99, Jack Brewer, and we certainly send him our prayers. He was limping off, and that's not good. And the pass is thrown by.
Oh, he took a hit.
Oh wow, fumble by. That's a good hit. Let's see what they call it.
They're going to call it.
That it looked like
it's going to be lightning ball.
That looked like he had possession and is fumbling, and we certainly send our prayers to Jack Brewer being carted off the field right now for the Lightning. And the Lightning just forced a crucial turnover here at 9:34 to go in the second quarter. Tanks are leading 12-0.
That was a bang play. That could have been an incomplete pass. It could have been a fumble. It could have been either way.
That was a close. Yeah,
that was one of those bang plays.
Yeah, they made that was a big. Definitely a big call there, or big, actually it was, I think it was a fumble, but it was definitely a big play there, and the Lightning are going to take over here 1st and 10. They're going to be on about the 25, looks like, and they're going back to Power I.
Oh, it looks like
and Brian Roten calls a timeout.
Yep. Wants to make sure that they don't get in the end zone. But yeah.
So we're at 9:34 to go in the second quarter, and the Tanks are leading 12-0. And looks like to start it. Just to do a quick recap, the Tanks started off, got down all the way to the Lightning 30, a holding penalty, made it 1st and 20, followed by a Joe Swartz fumble with the Tanks recovered. 2nd and 25, the Tanks went 4 and out. Lightning go 3 and out. The next set of downs, Tanks get it back.
Sorry to cut you off, but after a touchdown was called back.
Yes, after Jermaine Payton's deep reception was called back, that was a holding penalty that moved us back. And then the Lightning took it. They went 3 and out. The Tanks then got a drive, responded well, and then they responded well. Duke Edwards caught a 7-yard pass. Zach Christensen's extra point was blocked. 6-0 Tanks. Lightning had a big kick return, but the Tanks stopped them, held them to where they went 4 and out. Tanks get the ball back, get a good run, a reception by Markel Kane, then a deep pass to 45 yards to Forrest Johnson, made it 12-0, 2-point no good, and that's where we're at now, 12-0 Tanks, and a turnover by the Tanks. If Lightning have it again, 1st and 10 on about the 25-yard line in Tanks territory, and the ball's handed off in the middle, and he's met by a swarm of Tanks at the line.
Oh, the official even slipped.
And they're trying to knock that ball out of there. And shout out to Jacob Salisbury watching.
Yeah, this defense is still, I like to think it's still top tier, especially when you got Brian Roten, who is the 2017 Defensive Coach of the Year at that.
Yes.
I mean, still trying. I mean, he's still coaching like he's still the Coach of the Year for sure. He's wanting that Coach of the Year again.
Yeah, he's going after it, and here with 8:52 to go in the second quarter, Tanks are leading 12-0, and Lightning are going power I, strong right.
It'll be 2nd and 12.
And they're going to pass, and under pressure.
He joggled it.
Ball's thrown in. Oh,
what a catch!
Caught.
And your West Virginia Lightning!
And that's caught. That's a touchdown for the West Virginia Lightning. Deep pass and just right out of the power I. The tight end snuck deep and got right behind our corner. And that's become a common scenario this year. The Tanks secondary being beat on coverages.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Lightning managed to close the gap on us a little bit.
That deep pass down the left side just really hurt us. And now, that fumble, big hit on Markel Kane forced the fumble. Now they're Lightning, they're going to line up at the power I, strong right, and go for 2 here with 8:29 to go in the second quarter. And he's going to draw it back. He's going to try to throw it again. Over the middle and incomplete. No, he got it. Or he got it. Excuse me, not correct. I stand corrected there. So that's going to be 12-8. Here with 8:29 to go in the second quarter. Wow. So a turnover, so the Lightning get their second start deep into Tanks territory, and this time they capitalize on it. So it's 12-8 here in the second.
8:30 to go in the first half.
Just when the Tanks looked like they were going to be about to be able to open it up a little bit, the Lightning come back and make a big play. And they're getting ready to kick off again. We'll see what they try to do this time.
Sorry, I'm jamming over here. But anyway, the Tanks look like they're going to receive the kick, obviously.
And Lightning come out to kick off. Here at 8:29 to go in the second quarter, Tanks still lead 12-8 despite a big play, big touchdown pass by the Lightning. And we're getting ready. Lightning are lining up to kick off here.
Well, there you go. There, he's got the hand up, and he's ready to rock and roll. He's going to boot it.
And that's be kicked off, and it's Darian Robinson. He's got speed, and he's running right up the middle. Gets pretty good return, about close to midfield. So Tanks are going to have it 1st and 10 at the 45 here with 8:29 to go in the second quarter, leading 12-8. And they're going to come out. They're going to stick shotgun. Looks like Kane in the backfield, and Peyton, Coons, L.J. Adams, and looks like Johnson at receiver. Ball snapped, handed off. Kane, he's got a little bit of room. He's running up the middle. He gets past the first down marker, but looks like a flag's down there.
Oh, it might be coming back. Nope.
And we'll see what the call is. So too many men on the field. Lightning having some problems with substitutions tonight.
Yeah, it's been hurting them all game today. A lot of confusion.
And Tanks have it 1st and 10, and we got a flag down. And we'll see what's...
Oh, we got a...
sideline warning on the Lightning, so that'll be the first.
That'll be their first warning, first and only warning.
Yeah, they will be. Yeah, typically they will warn, and then the second time they will.
Yep, depends on the official.
And 8:20 to go, second quarter. Tanks up 12-8. We got a flag.
Free play.
Thrown to Kane and brought down by a group of Lightning there.
Another Lightning player did not get off the field in time. This quick pace offense that the Tanks are running right now is really getting to the Lightning right now.
Yes, they're doing a much better job getting right back at the line this year, and we'll see what that.
Well, this game in general.
We'll see what the penalty. Not sure what the penalty is, but
he's going to drop it. He's going to keep it going.
And that's going to be against the Lightning.
Yep, obviously. It's a...
So it looks like offsides. And that's going to be... So 8:14 to go in the second quarter. Tanks ahead 12-8.
Joe's ready to go. Oh,
and Joe's snap. And...
Oh, he's going to throw it deep.
Deep and picked off. Ouch. Oh, boy, and that guy's got speed. Duke Edwards, Duke Edwards wide open, short downfield, and that is picked off. That looks like Jamon, I don't know how to pronounce it, DGLMON, how it's spelled, but Jamon Miller, and we got a guy down.
Well, I believe that might be Jermaine Payton.
And guys coming to check on him. Hopefully everything's okay. Already one player hurt tonight, and certainly don't want another one. One's too many as it is. And okay, Payton looks...
Oh, he is. You can clearly tell he's in some discomfort.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, he is clearly in some discomfort.
That is not...
Oh, now they're carrying him off the field. He can't walk.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Payton, who's been one of the great players on the national championship team in 2015. Oh, not.
That's something you really don't want to overlook.
And that's just so for the Lightning, for the Tanks. But unfortunate because these guys they don't play for money. They play because they love the game, and you just hate to see things like this happen. And now the Lightning, they're going to come back out, power ice, strong left, trailing the Tanks 12-8 here with 8:01 to go in the second quarter. Tanks come out, they're showing, naturally they're looking to put some pressure on them up the middle. And ball is, and that's a foul ball.
That's a Tank ball.
And that's going to be in the possession of the Tanks.
Fumble on the snap.
And folks, I'm going to give you just a heads up. If this phone, are having some issues with phone, if it goes dead, I will quickly put up another live link. Almost got it ready in case that happens, but for now, we're going to continue.
We're going to continue as long as it allows us. When it goes off, we'll bring it back up within the next 30 seconds.
We're at 7:58 to go in the second quarter. Tanks up 12-8, taking over 1st and 10 on the Lightning 35 here. And shotgun, Duke Edwards lined up at the backfield with Job Swords. Takes the handoff, and ball is caught.
Oh, he's got
some room. And looks like he's a little bit past the first down marker. So and that was Isaiah Lyseth.
Was it Josh Lyseth or Isaiah?
That was Isaiah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm thinking of another. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. That's 1st and 10 on the.
No, a guy named Josh.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 1st and 10 on the 23. Tanks out in shotgun. Edwards up the middle. He's got a little bit of room.
And he dropped it again.
Another fumble, and the Lightning are indicating they have it, and they do.
Fumble on the play, recovered by your West Virginia Lightning.
Just when the Tanks, just like last week, the Tanks had a chance to open the game up. They were up 20-12. I mean, they had chances to really open it up, and both times they fell short of being able to do that.
Unfortunate.
Yes, very. That's going to put the Lightning again with the ball, and they'll be bailed out. 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. They'll be taken over. That's Duke Edwards' second fumble tonight. Tanks leading 12-8 here. 7:19 to go in the second quarter. And Lightning, they're going shotgun quads left again. And Tanks creeping up the middle. And Claxton, he completes the pass and got some room down the left side. Gets the first down.
That was a good play by the Lightning there. That was a good little wide receiver screen.
Claxton's pass is complete, and the guy just had a lot of speed there and just sprinted to the first down marker. So now the Lightning will be 1st and 10 on their own 35 here. 6:52 to go in the second quarter. Tanks leading 12-8. And they're going shotgun quads left again. And Tanks a couple corners show them. Bump, run, back off, snap a little low, and Claxton's met in the backfield.
And he's brought down hard.
And that looks like Ben Keaton, Johnny Rollins,
Deion McKinley.
Deion McKinley all on the scene there, along with Justin Staggs. Deion, who had double digits in sacks last year, he had a big sack last game to make it 3rd and 24 for the Gladiators. And it's going to be a 2nd and 1 for the Lightning here. And Tanks on defense with 5:59 to go in the second quarter. Tanks leading 12-8.
Yep. Let's see how it goes here.
And the Lightning, they're going shotgun quads again, trailing 12-8. And Tanks with a 4-man front.
Yep. Tanks with that 4-man front.
And we got a flag down. Might be on the Lightning. It's coming from the side of the quads receivers.
It looks like it might be a false start. Yep, false start.
And that's going to move the Lightning back 5 yards. But, last year we really thrived in these kinds of situations. This year, I'm not really holding my breath just because our secondary has really struggled.
Yes, it has. But on that touchdown pass, you got to admit, that was a pretty nice catch.
That was a very good catch.
The ball was placed in a good spot, and he was only where his receiver could get it.
Well, the problem was, too, though, we had him in the backfield and let him, that quarterback's very agile, and he got loose, and we have to be able to bring him down when he gets that. And the Lightning, 5:34 to go in the second quarter, 2nd and long here. Tanks lead 12-8. Ball's thrown deep and got open, and it's caught.
It's going to be caught.
First down. Some miscommunication on the coverage there, and the Lightning are going to have a first down here with 5:18 to go in the second quarter. Tanks leading 12-8.
That secondary is still struggling.
Yeah, the quarterback was hit on that. He's still completed that.
I'm just going to be on it. It feels like as if the defense is thinking, the secondary is like, all right, we got him in the backfield, and they quit covering. See, there you go.
Clock's under pressure. He breaks through a defender, and he's got another first down for the Lightning.
And that is another West Virginia Lightning. First down.
problem.
Timeout. Thanks.
God's plan. God's plan. I know that's
Darn timeout at least.
I feel something like okay. I feel that now I'm might go down to your beat. I go hard on Southside G. I make sure that no side. Bad things. There's a lot of bad things. Bad things. There's a lot of bad things. She say,
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that.
I only on my bed, I'm sorry. 50
Yeah, sorry about that. Our phone went dead here. We are going to try to. Let's see.
Hey, the battery's flashing on this
Just keep that going, Nick. Just keep talking.
Alright, well, here we go. Sorry about that. We are back live here. Oh, and he's just going in and out of his hands. Got the intended receiver there. Lightning are starting to move the ball fairly well in this game here. Well, fairly well in this half. Well, it's going to be 2nd and 10 here. Ball is on the 30-yard line.
As we switch phones here. And they're going shotgun quads, 4:20 to go. Tanks leading 12-8 in the second quarter.
Wide receiver screen.
And, luckily he slipped because that could have been, he could have gotten a few more yards there. I'm just going to see what's on here. Yeah, I'm not able to zoom. Oh well.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't zoom for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway.
And it's 12-8 second quarter. Lightning third and about 7 on the 4, and the ball's caught. That's going to be a first down for the Lightning here.
And that is another one.
Second.
Virginia Lightning. First down.
And they're moving the ball. A lot of it's been through the air. Actually, almost all of it's been through the air for the most part, with the exception of a big run by Cloxton.
Yeah, that Cloxton's going to be a problem.
Yes.
But as it turns out, it's 1st and 10 for the Lightning. They're knocking on the door. I believe they are in the red zone now.
Mm-hmm. And they're coming out power eye, strong right. And ball's fumbled.
Oh, he fumbled it. Oh,
It looks like it's going to be Tank Ball.
Tank Ball. Yep, he's waiting.
Tank's got it. And that's a big break for the Tanks, assuming we can hang on. And
Sorry, Chuck Hall. It's a Tank Ball now.
2:43 to go here in the second quarter with a 12-8 lead, and the Lightning punching on the door. The Tanks get a break, and now they are going to be back in business here on their own 20-yard line.
We want to say welcome to a bunch of all 18 of you tuning into this game.
Yes.
Michael Payne, hey, welcome. How's the Buck Nation going down in Ironton? Well, before we get an answer, let's see how the Tanks are going.
And they're coming out shotgun. Kane in the backfield on the right side. And Swords drops back. He's under pressure. Screen caught by Kane. He's got a little bit of room to work with.
Oh, he's still on his feet.
He's still on his feet. He's going. He's getting some room. Gets to about the 40-yard line. Nice catch there by Markel Kane. Kane, who has two real good receptions tonight for 20 yards or more. As we're down to 2:20 here in the second quarter with the Tanks having a 12-8 lead.
Yep, and they are on the move.
And ball snap. Joe Sword hands it off to Kane up the middle. He breaks the tackle and gets a few more yards. Gets about 5 yards. Now 2:02 in the second quarter.
Yeah, we're going to hit the 2-minute warning.
And the Tanks are up 12-8 here at the 2-minute warning in the second quarter.
Yep, and there's a train going by, so choo-choo!
Yeah, excuse the noise.
Choo-choo! Yeah,
Yes.
I actually agree with that. This game should be a blowout.
Yes, we had chance after chance to really out a touchdown call back due to holding and then turn the ball over in the red zone.
A bunch of calls get called back.
Yeah, Tanks have really struggled tonight they moved the ball pretty well, but just having trouble punching it in, just like last week.
Like, quit turning the ball over. That's how I am like right now. It's like, quit turning the ball over.
Frustration. Yeah, the frustration of it. This weather.
We want to welcome any Lightning fans on here listening.
Yeah, good to see you.
Watching. Where anybody's welcome here. Mostly Tanks fans, though. I'm joking.
Yeah.
But anyway.
All right, we're taking the field again. 2-minute warning. Tanks ahead 12-8. 1:55 to go in the first half. And it's going to be shotgun for the Tanks. Kane in the backfield, lined up to the right of Swords. And ball snaps. Swords drops back. He's looking.
He is looking
Got
deep.
time. He throws it, and that's L.J. Adams on the catch, and he gets out of bounds. With 1:46 to go in the second half, and the Tanks are almost to the red zone again here.
Actually, I believe they are in the red zone. Yes, they are.
Chuck Hall says he's a former Lightning player. Chuck, if you see John Inman, give him a shout-out for me. Unfortunately, not to see him on the team this year, but I was a big fan of his at Marshall. And the Tanks are lining up. Shotgun, Kane to the right of Swords, and Swords drops back. He's got a guy open, and it's caught and very close to
But there is a flag on the play.
and that was Forrest Johnson.
I'm going to make you two guesses, but you're only going to need one. It looks like it's going to be a holding.
And let's see what this.
Yep, holding.
On the Tanks. Says his feet is breaking up. We'll keep watch for that. And that's going to be.
What's your provider?
Sprint.
Well, there you go. Those of you who heard that, he has a Sprint phone.
His years through.
He has a Sprint phone.
His years through.
Mine's Verizon.
Okay, it's fine now. Okay.
I just love messing with him.
All right, it's 1:30 to go here in the second quarter. Tanks leading 12-8, but a holding penalty negated what would have been a first and goal. And Lightning are lined up on the outside, and passes caught. Oh, dropped by Kane.
Yep, in and out of his hands. Yeah, it was was probably breaking up because I was probably moving the tripod.
And we're at 1:26 in the second quarter. Tanks leading 12-8. And
Yeah, it's off the window, hon. It's off the window. Ugh.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're trying to keep it in the open spot of the open window and partially the rain too.
Oh, he's gonna hand it off.
Hand it off to Kane. He's got some
Oh,
room. He's going down.
plenty of room.
He's going. A couple guys to beat, and he gets down to.
Oh, and he dropped the ball.
No.
Another turnover.
Oh.
Oh, Lordy.
Ball on the play, recovered by the West Virginia Lightning.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Both Markel Kane and Duke Edwards have 2 fumbles now for the Tanks. Ouch.
Jeez.
3 of the 4 have been recovered by the Lightning. Just when the Tanks have a chance to open it up a little bit. Again, now they give the Lightning the opportunity to...
With a minute 13.
Yes, and the Lightning have a chance to do some damage here.
Yes, I absolutely agree with that. It should be 35-0.
Yeah, and now we're at 12-8 instead, and the Lightning have a chance to take the lead before half. They're going shotgun quads. Cloxton lined up in the backfield. Cloxton takes it. He's under pressure. Breaks through, and the ball's caught. And the Lightning are going to kick. He's tackled it inbounds at least. And the Lightning are out of timeout, so they're going to be rushing the line
They're
here.
moving it quick.
55, 54, 53. And they're right back on the ball. Shotgun quads left. Trailing 12-8 the Lightning, and Cloxton drops back. He's looking, got a guy in the flats, and he gets out of bounds.
Yep, he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
With 42.3 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
But the only problem is he lost a yard on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I almost wonder if he threw that out there deliberately just to get out of bounds. With 0 timeouts the Lightning have, it's going to be hard for them to get any movement going. And here come the Lightning again. Shotgun quads left, same formation. Trailing 12-8 here to the Tanks with 42.3 seconds to go in the second quarter. And we got a man in motion, and the ball snapped low, thrown over the middle, and incomplete.
That was a good defensive play. Heads up play. Even if he caught it, he was going down immediately.
And now here with 38.7 seconds to go in the second quarter, the Tanks are still ahead, but the Lightning have a chance here, 3rd and 11.
Yep, with 38 seconds. Well, they're taking their sweet time now because the clock is stopped.
Yeah, they're lining up here. They're going to stick to that same shotgun formation.
Hey, John Dennis, how you doing, buddy?
And Tanks showing heavy pressure on the left side of the line, or the Lightning's left side of the offensive line. As they send a man in motion. And low snap again. Cloxton looking. Ball's thrown up and caught.
Yep, it's caught.
And that's Jared Ripley, who nearly ran a kickoff back all the way earlier.
But he was tackled inbounds.
Which is big because it's certainly 21-20, 18-17. Lightning hurrying to get lined back up. Down to 13, 12, 11. And there looks like under center, and he spikes it. So we're with 9 seconds to go. 9.3 here in the second quarter. Tanks leading 12-8, and the Lightning have a shot to chuck it downfield before half.
True, they can, or they can kick a very long field goal, and I recommend that you don't.
Even a kicker like Fuel, as good as he is in this weather, you're talking about a 57-yard field goal.
And, buddy, in a field that has proven to be very slippery. People have lost their footing and have lost the ball.
Fumbles all over the place tonight.
I told you, turnover. I would not be surprised to see a bunch of turnovers. I said that in the keys of the game today.
Yes, that you did very well. And their shotgun quads, 9.3 to go in the second quarter. Tanks leading 12-8.
Receiver slip.
Man in motion. And Cloxton drops back. He's looking under pressure from the Tanks. He runs it, throws it deep, and
it's in and out of his
almost
hand.
ticked off. And they're still going to have another shot at this with 4.3 seconds to go in the half. As the Tanks lead, and hopefully we'll be able to either get some good pressure back there to prevent a throw, or we'll be able to stop the deep ball. But there's certainly some problems that their secondary is having.
And you send the man in motion. It looks like they're going to run the same exact play. Except he's going to the left
we got
side.
a flag down. Cloxton under pressure. He's sacked to end the half. So we're going into halftime with the score 12-8. Tanks leading over the Lightning. We will be back with you to start the second half. Thank you for tuning in. And
we still got the call.
Oh, we got a flag down. Yep, there's a flag.
Yeah, there is a flag.
Okay, we got a flag.
Holding offense penalties decline.
Okay.
We're going to halftime.
We're going to halftime. Tank Nation, we will catch you after halftime. The score right now, the Tanks 12 and the Lightning 8 to end the half. Thank you for tuning in and watching, and roll Tanks.
Yeah, I saw the text. It said Nick sounds thrilled. I think that's what I said. Let's say
Nick looks thrilled, LOL. Oh, that's the picture I sent to Ben of that.
get some talks. And plus, I'm hungry. I want a hot dog.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, not too bad given the rough, a little bit of a rough. All right.
How you guys been doing? Oh, I've been doing good. Hey, is there a chance we could go upstairs with you guys? There's not any room up there, Matt. So,
That's cool. Yeah.
due to the reason that we were trying to do the camera also, and we can't really get it because the windows here. There's no room up there. Yeah, I got figured. It's all good though.
He's saying in the car. Come in here, baby. Just like, Scott said to you that the reason Dad bought this place is for the whole neighbors. And Greg said, you either go and rent it, and not in the same spot. The reason why they rent the place. I started saying, you ain't paid your rent. What do you say?